Welcome to the Hutts Hangout. Grab your blasters and blue milk because we're about to deep dive into the game where Hutts rule and three scoundrels duel. On this episode, we have Berm and Womprat and myself, Aussie Mike, once again, and Womprat's skull in the background that he's playing with.
Yep, just adjusting it. Just
playing with your bone.
Yep.
So, how are you, Womprat, on this fine Saturday evening? It's not quite Sunday. Not quite Sunday for me.
Not quite for you yet.
53
honestly,
minutes,
I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a bit of a stressy mood because of yesterday. Somehow, like, my Twitch payments never land on the 12th. Like, we get the information on the 12th, and it's like, okay, usually like 14th, 15th, 16th. No. I had the payment on the 12th this week, and it was like, what? This doesn't happen. So that was good. The good bit of the week. I was getting pissed off with the PC build last night. So many things went wrong. And then because of that Twitch payment, I now have this sat here, and it's like, okay, I can now finish off and get it set up for tomorrow. So new PC should be working tomorrow, which means more interactive shit back and more stupid shit back. Yeah, I'm quite happy about it. But other than that, it's like one of those weeks.
Just one of them.
Like some of the Datacron information that's come out has been disgustingness. Like, I had already found one of them, and I know we'll talk about it at some point in the stream. And it's like videos came out, people blamed a person for bringing it up before GAC, and it's like, I'm sorry, but they did the right thing. They tried to pre-warn people that this is pure disgust. The joke is, I had found it about 8, 9 in the morning for my time, and I was there debating putting it on my back wall.
SWGoH let you in on
and
the
then
secret.
It was... Well, it wasn't even that. It's like, we have a war room chat in my Discord with a couple of very horrible players that love the game sat in there. And somebody put, have you seen this? And I looked at it and just went, what the actual fuck? Now, we had worked out a counter because a load of people were going, oh yeah, put Wrecker with it. And it's like, no. You put Wrecker with it, I win. I can clear it. We actually had sat down and worked out how to clear it with like Wrecker or any other member of Bad Batch. The challenge was you couldn't clear it if you threw something else, and everybody was there going, oh yeah, just a Wrecker with it, it's fine. It's like, no, because I can clear that shit. It's called Slacker. You place that, I'm just going to slacker it. I'm not going to play with you.
How did Slacker clear that?
So the whole thought was you had Omega in the middle. She went into the captured bullshit, and then that was it. The problem if you took another member of Bad Batch is her speed didn't zero. So her speed still worked. The whole idea was you stun her, you knock her into captive, and you just focus on Vader indefinitely until she dies. Because Wrecker is there still allowing her to take turns. It was get fucked, get the way out of the way. Oh, look, you're now dead. Now I kill Wrecker. Now I attack Vader. You basically used Vader's mechanic against him.
Yeah.
Or if you did what I was planning to do, I was going to put Chief Chirper.
What does that do?
Chief Chirper. Now, when you kill her, her speed is now 0. There is no other Bad Batch member.
Oh,
now
I
you're
got
in
you.
trouble.
Well, why?
Now you can't.
Why even put a third person then?
You have to,
because you put it on defense. Yeah, it was basically baiting out. The impossible.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
And it was things like Chief Chirper, Chief Nesbit. You wanted your cheapest level 3 piece of shit that's Nesbit on your roster that can take one hit.
There's a throwback. Mrs. Nesbit. Have I still got that picture? Yeah.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
mind. Sorry.
And it was the moment of what is your worst piece of shit that has got the worst modding on your roster that can only take an AoE? If it can only take an AoE and it goes and then, oh, look, Omega's gone into capture. She now hits 0 speed. It's over. And that was the whole idea of it, is there was no way of countering it. Because even an AoE puts you at risk of, oh, look, it's dead now.
So I will say that we give CG a lot of shit, man. CG gets a lot of shit, right? And
but
to their
the speed at which they fix that, I am impressed.
Yeah, I was gonna say the speed at which they fixed that was very impressive, guys. I mean, it's not they got it fixed before the next round of GAC. So there was no way to fix it before the GAC because, and you guys can give people shit all you want about like bringing it to people's purview, but it was already there. Like these people, when I saw that it was a thing, I mean, I guess you still had time to lock in, but you didn't have a lot of time. You didn't have a lot of time. You know what I mean? It wasn't like it wasn't like they gave people like a day and a half or something. It was what, like an hour or two?
Yeah. Like, I'll admit, I was told about it at like 9 a.m. my time, which is like, what, 11 hours, 12 hours before lock-in? No, 13 hours before lock-in. And I was debating backwalling it. I did not, because we found something worse.
Don't
nobody has got through to my back wall to show it.
Don't ruin it yet.
Yeah. And it's like, come on. There is things that are worse out there that are horrible, horrible counters. And yes, this cannot be beaten. And yeah, the one we found can be. But the one we found is literally you have to GL it. There is no other actual real choices. If you don't GL it, you get fucked. And it's like,
So,
I am going to share it with Berman Mike after this round.
Wait, are we going to get...
But it's like,
Are we going to go swimming with the fishes because we've got insider information, or is there some...
No.
No?
Like,
no risk to my life before
no.
I get given this information?
No. I will throw it into the chat just so you can see how weird this team is.
All right.
And it is the Cron that does this, by the way. It is the Cron. So
while you send that,
yeah.
Berm, how are you? Because we've gone way off. We haven't even said how you're going, and we deep dived into data crimes.
Yeah. So I didn't save my roster properly for GAC. And so
Been there, done that.
Yeah, I was doing my as some of the people here saw, I was doing my GAC and I was like, how did I just get decimated by Ray like this? I don't understand how Ray's beating me like this. Like, there's nothing special about this Ray. It's just Ray, Ben, and JTR, like with a Ben solo cron. Like, there's nothing special about this. And I've got the Hutts cron that gives damage immunity at the beginning, and it's like this should have been a walk in the park. This should have been like a 45-second fight and I win. Turned into like a 45-second fight and they win. And then I went and looked because you were like, oh, you can go look at what you got, just edit defense. And I went and looked and I was like, oh, I don't have any mods. Great. All my mods were taken off because of the raid, because remember I was doing Stream Knows, I was doing JKLS, ended up remodding him, but I was also doing the raid and other stuff. And I just went and I was like, oh, it wants me to resave. And I went and clicked resave.
Go.
So don't do that. Don't do that. That's bad.
Like
yeah, so it's going to be a bad GAC. I did win last round somehow. I could probably still win next round. I don't know. It's just going to, now I know that I don't have mods, so I'm going to have to be a little more careful about the things I'm doing.
Yeah. Like I said to you, I did it a couple times to Bones. when he was doing my GAC. Somehow they were the battle or the rounds where he would win. Don't know whether it was just, how like he had so many losses it was just like an easy round, maybe. I don't know. But yeah. Been there, done that. Won't be the last time you do it. Even
no,
when you try
definitely
and be
not.
really like careful, you'll just same thing. Do the raid, notice the button, accidentally click it. Yeah.
That's all it was, right? Like it was highlighted on the thing, and I was like, oh yeah, let me go resave my roster. I made some changes.
Yep.
And then it's like, oh no, I didn't want to I didn't want to resave those changes. So
Cool. Well, I guess
But,
so. We had a
yeah.
bit of a change in plan. So this week we were gonna do Harry Assange kit, and
Yep.
then we sort of thought let's change it up. This will be the last, like structure. We might do ad lib ones in the next couple of weeks, but this will be the last one for the year. So we're gonna do a bit of a recap, prediction sort of thing, and then next year, Wombrad will have the Harry Assange and Maul, Spider Maul.
So
In the 1 week.
what one of the main issues is going through the Harry Assange kit. I'm also going through Dad Bob Bobber, Zam, Zuckus, and Fulham. There's your heads up about the 5v5 team. But my God, it's complicated.
Yep.
My brain was just like, nah, this is a horrible complex team.
Yeah.
Because you've actually got 7 uniques and a leadership all interacting with each other.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah. 7 uniques, guys.
Yeah.
So, and people wonder why when I've talked to somebody about one with Spider-Mole already, and I'm actually going to be doing a video on it with somebody in regards to that one. And we've already sat down and realized there's at least 9 uniques in play, and that's without Spider-Mole. 9.
Okay.
So whatever Spider-Mole does, it makes it worse. So enjoy the absolute mayhem of Spider-Mole.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah. So without saying what the cron is, because I'm going to be talking about that cron on Monday, so people will be aware. Can you see how ridiculous that cron is now, by the way?
I didn't even open the game up to have a look and see what it is. But I will definitely look into it.
Yeah. It's one of those teams where just from the .gg results, you can see that it's like GL after GL after GL after GL.
Yeah.
Like anything pulled there apart from that very top one.
And gas.
I can accept.
Well,
No, I can accept pulling gas off you. Because I've baited my front wall for it.
Okay.
There's the problem. I've baited my front wall for it. Like, you are likely to have used gas. You are likely to have used saw. Well, you would have had to use saw to clear one of my teams.
Okay.
You aren't going to be walking in there with anything of note. Right. You've seen my front walls. My front walls this time are disgusting. So, yeah. But now you get the heads up. You know which one to work on quickly.
Yeah.
It is horrible as a team. So, yeah. Good fun, guys. Good fun. And we get to talk about stupid teams. But yeah, the Assange kit, what I'm going to do is once I've finally finished that kit one, I'm going to pass it to Berm and Mike to put on the servers. So if you are a subscriber to either the podcast, me, or Berm, or I don't know if Berm's got like stuff for Kofi or
I do.
Any of the others.
Oh no, I don't have any of that.
You should all get access.
Yeah, you're giving me too much credit if you think I come up with stuff.
But yeah, honestly, guys, it's one of those where you guys will get that information before we actually do a talk about it, because I want to get that out before her kit comes out. Now, it may be that one of the Abalib ones we end up talking about it. We're not set. We are not set from today onwards till the end of the year what days we're going to stream, if we're going to do Saturday streams. Me and Berm will still do our usual Saturday streams. There's no doubt there. But it might be, you know what, Berm, are you up for just doing one of the stream togethers sort of thing?
I
It
reckon you
might be
should.
we finish up and we just stream together instead.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right.
It's
So
one of those.
we're going to start up.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
begin the chaos of this year.
All right. So, first topic. You had to describe this year like a SWGoH. In one sentence, what would it be? Boom. Because I know
Are you going to go
Womprat
first?
says he's got a good one, so he's going to go last. So I have
Yep.
one, but if you've got, you can go first. I'm more than happy.
I would have to go with pretty chaotic.
Okay.
Pretty chaotic, yeah. Yeah. Just from all the changes and all, like the major changes and all the I mean, it's just been a lot of changes. It's been a lot of changes, and it's caused a lot of chaos in the community. So that's my reasoning for that sentence. I mean, they've completely altered the way the game is. The game is not the same game that it was even just last year. It's not the same game it was earlier this year.
Yeah.
By any means. So, yeah, I would say chaotic. Absolutely chaotic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm probably similar
Yep.
train of thought, especially like at the top end, right? If you logged out, you fell behind. Like, and even more so at the moment, like you could go like a week or so, even, beginning of this year, in between the character releases and that, you could theoretically have like a week off and wouldn't lose too much. But now you've got like Coliseum every day, which if you're not doing it, you're not getting that little bit better on each of the days, which means you get better rewards, which means then you get a little bit further. And it's sort of like this snowball effect. And if you miss a day, you're behind. Which, like, yeah, is... We'll get to it a bit further, because I sort of see... Yeah, we'll get to it. All right, Womprat?
Yep. So mine can be summed up in 3 letters. WTF. What
Mhm.
the fuck? Because we've had some moments this year where it has been absolutely amazing, brilliant things, like the fact that they've started working with creators again, the fact that they're doing giveaways with creators is great. The fact that you look at what he's doing over the 12 days of Christmas, people have received crystal packs of $100 randomly.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, no, I forgot about that. Yeah, so what he's doing, you have to remember to go do it.
He's doing the 12 days of Meathead. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to remember to go do it, but it's a survey. And if you go do the survey, you essentially get entered into this
Every day, though?
12 days of
Random
Meathead.
draw.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's every day.
Oh, I did it once.
And it's a
it's-
survey question. Yeah,
No,
you got to do it
don't
every
have
day.
to go in no, you don't have to go in every day.
Oh, I thought he said.
Once you've done
I thought
it
he said.
once, yeah. Once
Oh,
you've done
okay,
it once,
gotcha.
you're in for every day.
Right. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, I
right.
thought I misunderstood. I thought you had to go in every day and answer a
No.
different question. Okay.
No. It is literally 12 days of Meatheadmas. Honestly, like the randomness of what he's giving is brilliant, because people have. One person sent me a message about it and gone, yeah, I got 6 shards of this. And it was a random ass character. But then other people have turned around and said, yeah, I've got $50 worth of crystals. And you just
Nice.
don't know what you're getting. It is absolutely amazing and head fucky at the same time, because no doubt, if it was me, Michael Burm, it'll be, oh, here is 6 shards of Clone Wars Chewie. You could
Well,
guarantee we would be the ones getting that shit.
I bet it's a tiered thing where he's giving away multiple things every day. And it's like the top person gets a great reward and then it tiers down. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. But that's the thing. He's already said it's multiple people a day. It's just hilarious that some people are getting like the most amazing present ever. And then some people are just getting utter wank shit. And it's like, have you been good or have you been naughty? And that is like the moment of really fucking good. And then this year, we've also had shit like Colosseum that they gave us shit tons of rewards, like as compensation because it was that badly implemented. When it first came out, it fucking broke the game. Like, we've had such swings and roundabouts this year. What the fuck covers it all perfectly?
Yep, that's fair. That is fair.
Like, absolute perfect coverage of the whole year. What the fuck?
Mm. Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right. So, what do you think has been the biggest win of the year then?
My biggest win of this year is probably that they've started to communicate better with us as the year's gone on. Like, at the start of the year, the communication was wank. And there has been times where the communication has been bad from CG. Especially with shit like Colosseum, where they went radio silent for over a week, where everybody was screaming about it. That there has
so I mean,
been bad parts of the communication, but it is getting better. And that's
so to
the
be
important
fair,
part for me.
about their radio silence with Coliseum, what could they have said that would have made it better?
It was the fact that the very first few days there was nothing.
But what
And
that's
then
my
it
point though. So
was
let's say they do make a statement in the first few days because nobody was, first of all, nobody was being nice. And by being nice, I mean
yeah.
everybody's yelling, just talking about how much CG sucks. So what can they say if they do actually address the Coliseum and everybody's complaints and stuff like that? What can they say that's not just going to receive a hate-filled message back to
Yeah.
them?
So
So
the
why
best
say
thing I
anything?
think the best thing I think they could have said was, okay, that we are aware there is issues and we are looking in. At least acknowledging it. They acknowledged it, I think it was 7 days later.
So
And
so
it
you're
was
you're referring
literally
to like the
the exact
bugginess
thing.
and stuff like that. You're referring to
Yeah.
like the bugginess, not the fact that
Yeah.
Coliseum exists, but like the bugginess of Coliseum. Okay.
Yeah.
That I
But
agree with.
7 days to just acknowledge something is too long. When the whole community isn't just Colosseum is shit, it was there were people leaving the game because there was just too much lag. It was near unplayable on most phones. For God's sake, I loaded it on a bloody S24 Ultra and it was unplayable. The game
Yeah, I
was
was doing
unplayable
my
on a 2-year-old phone.
yeah, I was doing all my anything I could do on the PC, I did on the PC. I didn't do unless it was simming at night and stuff.
Yeah.
I even came down to my office and I was like doing some of my fleet climb on the computer because it was so bad that I couldn't climb on my phone. My my fleet climb was like every battle was like 4 minutes 50 seconds roughly.
It was
Yeah.
honestly that was the issue that they needed to address. And like biggest win of the year is they are working with more content creators. It's not just the big ones either. He's starting to reach out to little content creators. And that's the even bigger part. It's not just the big content creators that he's reaching out to, which is great.
I haven't heard from you yet. I just want to point that out.
Yeah. Neither
And
have I, but
I'm not a big content creator. I'm not but I think I'm bigger than some of the other small content creators. So
yeah. But the biggest part of me for the year is Meathead is good at communication. You can tell he's good at it because of the way that he does things. a lot of him being held back, like he's put in the what's it server often enough, there is something that I've already written that is just waiting to be approved. And he's always waiting on approval to be able to put posts out. Like there was one that it was like over a month or so ago where he had said, it's been in for approval for about a week. I am waiting to push the button. It's ready to go. I'm just not allowed to push it yet. And it's like he's being
I mean, to
held
be
back
fair,
by
that's
other things.
that's how. I mean, to be fair, that's just how companies in corporate America work. So it's like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what game it is. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. That's just how companies work. And if people don't understand that, then they don't. I don't know. Maybe they're living in some fantasy world. I don't, I don't know.
But the main part for me is he's doing a really good job. He does communicate well with the community as a whole, but you have to watch Discord for that. A lot of our community don't watch videos. Other parts of our community don't Discord. Some of our community don't even know SWGoH exists. So, end of the day, yeah, it's this very specific communication method that he uses. But as long as you're willing to watch it, and as long as you're willing to like, I do a user search every day, and I read what he's put every day. But I do it like twice a day, and that's it.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, so I will
I
say
yeah.
I like where you were going with that one prep, because I mean, and I think, and I've discussed this on my stream before, and I think you and I were actually talking about this one day, about we assume, we like the community that is engaged on Discord and on streaming and content creation and stuff, the community assumes that everybody does that. And I think
Yeah.
it's actually a small percentage of the community that actually
Sure.
really does it.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of people consuming this content, with the exception of like Arnold. He gets a massive amount of people, not just on his stream, but on videos and stuff. So I'd say he gets the majority of people. I don't know how many views he averages, but whatever his view averages for like his videos, I would say I'd be willing to bet that that's the amount of people that usually consume content in general. And I think that'd be a good number to base that off of.
Yep.
And it's still a small fraction of the amount of people that actually play this game. That's my opinion, at least.
Like that's probably about right, because a lot of the community do watch him. Like a lot of people that are part of my community watch him. Like I get tagged in his videos at least twice or three times a week, and it's like some of them I don't agree with, some of them I do. It's like, come on. At the end of the day, yeah, I know 90% of my community could tag me in, but you don't see like him being tagged in other people. So the
Yeah.
community isn't that big that other content creators are getting tagged elsewhere. Well, it's always a case of if you're getting tagged, you can probably guarantee it's an Arnold. Like if I look on my tags now for YouTube, I've been tagged 8 times in the last month, and out of those 8, 7 are Arnold's videos. 7 out of 8. The only other one is a very small content creator that I know personally anyway, because I'm helping them with other bits. But it's like, that's the only reason I got tagged, is because they were reaching out for support and didn't have a way of reaching out to me. So it was like, okay, well, you've now got my attention, and they now talk to me on Discord, because they didn't use Discord. So it's like, what? Okay. We'll go from there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Berm, what's your biggest win of the year then?
Oh man, biggest one of the year for me would probably be the system updates. I don't hate Relic Delta. I really like the new relicing system. The changes they made, making it more accessible to relic your characters. I would say that is probably the best quality of life change. I like the stuff that they're doing for new players, not just the anniversary LSTs, because those only last for a year. That's not a permanent thing, unless they decide that they want to make it a permanent thing. I can't imagine they do though. And then, but the overall system that they implemented, they've lowered a lot of requirements. A lot of people don't realize because we're only focused, again, a lot of people only focus on in-game type stuff or mid to in-game stuff. But they've made a lot of quality of life changes to help new players advance in the game to keep those players around, which is what we need to continue to have this game be a game that we can play. So, those are that I think that's the biggest win for me is helping out new players and just helping with, like I said, the relic system and the gearing system and stuff like that. So
I do agree there. I think some of the changes, I look at it from an end game perspective, and I think, okay, it's good for me. And if it's good for me, how much better is it for people that are smaller? Holy shit! It is like the main one that I joke about is, yeah, we've saved 20 of the worst signal data in the game. Like it's what's it freaking called? It's the fragmented signal data. And it's
I
like,
call it the dark blue. It's the dark blue
yeah,
signal data.
and it's like, okay, so we've saved 20 from people doing 8 to 9, which doesn't sound a lot. Really doesn't. But that is now, oh, look, I need to go to Relic 2. I can. You've just literally, anybody doing a Relic 9 can now do a Relic 2 for free.
Okay.
That's literally what they've
Yeah.
done. They've cheapened it up so much that you're just, oh, I can spend relics. For God's sake, the first week of Relic Delta, we did, I think it was 19 Relic 9s and about 4 or 5 Relic 8s. We just
Yeah, I mean
burned through everything.
they've made it
So,
a lot more accessible. It's just honestly, it's just a great thing that they did there. And also now you can buy the signal data in the episode currency shipment. So that's a
yeah.
huge W. Could they have put it somewhere else? Probably, but then it would have been too accessible.
And
So
they
I like where
also
they put it because
they
you
also
do need to
adjusted
have
the
had.
sorry. They also adjusted
No, you're good.
the raid currency one, so the relic materials are now like the lower, or sorry, the further to the left in that relic screen. They use the lower level raid
Low
currency.
currencies.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and
that's
so
awesome.
we don't think we don't think about it again because we all do Order 66, right? Or yeah, we all do Order 66, and we do the newest raids when they come out. So from a new player perspective, and a new guild perspective, that's massive. That is massive
Yep.
because now you can buy like the Relic 5, Relic 6, Relic 7 materials with Raid MK2, which makes it more accessible to these lower guilds
Yep.
that aren't able to do Order 66. Because before, you were having to push as fast as you could to just get one box in Order 66. It's like we have to get at least one box or nobody can relic their characters.
Yep.
Nobody can relic if we don't do Order 66. Now that is not true anymore. And if you can't do Order 66, it's not a big deal. Just go do Speeder Bike. Speeder Bike's the most accessible raid in the game, by the way. For anybody who's curious, if you have a new guild, order Speeder Bike is the way to go. Once you go through the mandatory legacy raids, which is dumb, by the way. They need to get rid of that. There's no reason to have to go through the legacy raids. But Speeder Bike is the way to go for that. And now you can actually use that currency, whereas before you couldn't. It's like you're just kind of doing it because it's the only thing you can do. And now it's like, oh, now this is viable for the guild, and we can still relic characters. You're not going to go super high because you need Order 66, but you can at least relic characters now.
Like the main thing for me there is they have made so much more accessibility across the board. to all relic materials. Like, I'm just looking in game now, and it's like a lot of the materials that are in the episode shipment that you're going to want early on, the carbonite circuit board, bronzium wiring, the chromium transistors, just that lot is cheap enough that you can buy it every week. Like, and unless you're sat on a couple of thousand of it, you don't care. You're just going to buy it every week. The heat sinks and chromium transistors, okay, they're a little on the expensive side, but if you're burning through them fast enough, you again will never care. The fact that then you go, okay, well, I've got the raid rewards, and it's like it's 15 heat sinks or 10 heat sinks. It's 10 electrum conductors that you can buy. Even I buy the 10 electrum conductors every time it refreshes. Every
Yeah,
single
on
time.
the
Yeah.
on the
Mark
big
II
account, that's
currency.
all I do. That's all I do. Mark
II. Yeah.
Yep. I buy it. I just go through and I click every single one of them because I don't have anything else to spend the currency on. So why not just load up on that stuff? Also, that saves your gear,
Yeah.
which I know obviously people are gonna be like, oh, well, you don't need gearing stuff anymore late game. That's not true. It depends on how you do the marquees, right? It depends on
Yeah.
how hard you go in on the marquees and how hard you go in on Coliseum. So
And
you might still need
this
that
is
stuff.
the other thing. The other thing is, it's like I have a permanent shortage of impulse detectors. Permanent. It's just my now sticking point. Like electrum conductors, I'm coming out of very quickly because of this change. So it's a Mark II currency now. I can just spend it. The impulse detectors being Mark III is now my sticking point because the Mark III currency, I need to be buying corrupted signal data. I cannot get away from that. I need to be considering buying girded keypads. I can't get away from that. It's like impulse detectors are pretty low on the list, but they're the one thing that I need these now. Where if you had asked me a month ago, it was electrum conductors. I was constantly going, oh fuck, I need what? I think it's 80 to do a relic 9. One singular from relic 1 to relic 9 is 80 of them. The impulse detectors was 50, yeah, that's fine. 50 was quick enough to get my mitts on. But electrum conductors? Okay, that hurt. And the fact that it was also 1 and 3 in the store, where now it's 4 and 6. 5 every store refresh was and it's Mark 3. Please don't do this to me, CG. I was constantly spending on just those two. Now that it's Mark II, that's the only thing I buy in my Mark II currency. And I get through enough of it a week that I can take my next raid amount. But I still am now coming out of I need electrum conductors every fucking day. I'm currently sat on 38 of them, and it's just like, oh, this is going to be painful.
Yeah.
But yeah. So go on, Mike. What is your biggest hit of the year?
I personally don't agree with everything that CG have done recently, right? But the fact that the game is 10 years old and they are trying to push the game forward, I think is the biggest win of this year. So, Relic Delta, positive, in general, I'd say positive move for like the PvP side of things. But then you had like the Colosseum that's not really hit its mark, but just the fact that they're doing something 10 years into the game and not just, oh well, we'll just run the same thing and just for the next 3 or 4 years. Bones has been saying that the game will shut down eventually and they'll just try and get as much money out of us as possible. And I think that this sort of proves that theory wrong, and I think that that's the best thing that's happened this year.
Yeah, I know he was saying that like Relic Delta was just a way to milk money out of people before the game dies. But I don't agree with that. And I want to say it was Egnards that I don't remember which streamer it was. I think it was Egnard's though. But somebody was saying that you don't make these kinds of massive changes and put the amount of effort into the programming and the coding and stuff that it took to do this
Correct.
if you're planning on letting the game die. That doesn't financially, that doesn't make any sense because I know people forget that it's people get paid on the back end. Like the devs and stuff, they get paid on the back end, right? And it also costs money to update the servers and update software. All this costs money, and you're investing into it to do all this stuff. If you were just gonna let your game die, you wouldn't be adding this investment into it
You would just
this
release.
late in the game.
You would
They've
just
been updating character models.
Yeah.
There's no reason to update character models if you're letting the game die. There's no reason to start introducing all this brand new stuff. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And they are updating like the graphics on the game and stuff. They're trying to get it modernized. They're modernizing the game is what they're doing.
Did you notice the
So,
little circle things underneath our characters when they take a turn?
Yes.
no,
Only-
I don't
only
think
noticed
that's
it this-
interesting.
This round GAC.
So that has been there since about 8 months ago,
Fuck off.
but it was very no, not joking. Over 8 months that has been there, but
love
the opacity of it was so low
Yeah,
that, like,
okay.
unless
I'd
you
believe
were
that then.
staring at it, it was not there. You've slowly turned it up,
Okay.
and now it's bloody obvious,
Yeah.
and it's nice.
I only noticed
What is it
'cause,
for?
just so you know which
So-
character is going.
yeah.
Like
So
GL's a
it-
yellow.
like,
Oh.
if you,
Yeah.
Okay.
Or gold, I guess.
like, if you were just looking at the Jowl one, you wouldn't be aware of which Jowl it was. This makes it obvious which Jowl is.
Theoretically.
Remember,
Yeah, I've
all
always had a
Jowls look
problem
the
with
same,
that.
people.
Well,
All
I've
Jawas
always
look
had
the
a
same.
problem with that. So I'm gonna pay more attention to that. Yeah, because I've always had a hard time with that too, where it's like, whose turn is it right now? Like I don't what him I mean, without looking at the abilities, like obviously on my side, it's like, okay, I have to go look at the abilities. Oh, it's that person's turn. Um, but and I don't use the turn meter thing unless I absolutely need to because like I use it in the raid at key moments. And other than that, it doesn't really affect things for the most part because I can't control who's going to go next anyway. So even if it surprises me whose turn it is, it didn't affect anything. It's usually the same abilities anyway.
But you definitely if they were just trying to milk us and slowly shut down the game, they have the errors set up in such a way that they could just keep releasing characters and literally do nothing else. And that would be that would definitely wouldn't be a sign that the game would be shutting down. But what they have done in the last 6 months is going the complete opposite to shutting down. Like this has got to be like a 5-year plus sort of, yeah. They're
This has
planning
been
for the future.
substantial investment.
Correct.
Oh, also one
This
thing
has
we
been
haven't talked about.
substantial investment.
One thing that hasn't been talked about much I'm sure you guys have noticed it, and this just goes along with the game not being prepped to shut down, is the massive amount of money they've put into advertising. I've never seen this game advertised in the existence of the game. Not one time have I ever seen an ad for this game.
I still haven't.
I see them all the
I've-
time now. I see them all the time now. Yeah.
I have definitely seen an increase in them. I used to see them like maybe once in a month, maybe, and now
Yeah,
it's if I'm having a bit of a doom scrolling session, especially at nighttime, I can guarantee I will find at least one.
Yeah, I was
And
gonna say
that's
when I go on
every
my phone and I go on to like my Google whatever that is when you swipe to the right and it's your Google feed, I guess. When you go if I'm
Yeah.
scrolling through that, it pops up. When I'm scrolling on Reddit, it pops up.
Yeah.
Now that might be targeted advertising for me because I'm a SWGoH content creator. But I assume it's just targeting people who Google Star Wars content more than anything. So if you are Googling Star Wars stuff, you're probably going to end up seeing ads for it, is my guess on how they have it set up. But the fact that they're doing that, again, they have they're putting money into advertising. Like, why you don't put money into advertising if you don't care about your game? So,
And that's probably the biggest sign that they're very comfortable with this game, that they are advertising more than they ever have. Without them advertising as much as they are, then one of those in general.
Speaking of ads, apparently we were in ads.
Yeah, that's always hilarious.
Good timing.
So, biggest miss of the year. I think we're all going to pretty much be pretty succinct on this because Colosseum was a bit of a whiff at the start.
All right, you go first, one.
But I don't think mine is even going to be Colosseum. I actually don't. I think the biggest miss of this year has been actually where they've had bad communication. Like, yeah, they've had some really good communication through the year now, and they are getting better. But I think the biggest miss of the year is actually where they've had bad communication. Because where they've had that, they just haven't communicated with us. Everybody's been up in arms with them, going, this needs to be sorted, this needs to be looked at. And they just went radio silent. I think that is the biggest miss of the year, is they are still in the habit of going radio silent on. If they do that, keep doing that, that is going to be more damaging to the game than them going down this path. I think that is the biggest damage they can do to the game, is the radio. When they do it, they need to stop. That is the biggest miss for me.
All right, so
I have to say,
one Brad and I are on the same page. So maybe I add in my little extra tidbits because it's going to be a lot quicker. So my job is literally community manager, right? Obviously, different people that want Meathead deals with to what I deal with, but and I get the whole approval thing. There are some things that we have to send out that I personally don't agree with, but it's what the company is required to do because of legislation or whatever, right? Obviously, probably not that big specifics for Meathead, but there will be things that they would like to put out in a very specific way, right? But I think if I look back at the massive dump they did with, which was like Relic 10, Relic Delta, the new game mode, they didn't even mention it, right? It was that 47 page, well, I think it was 7 pages long, that post, right?
Yeah. The 45-minute read.
Correct. The 45-minute read.
So,
yes.
So I have comments about that. I have comments about that for you.
All right. So that 45-minute read, you could have, it gave us a lot of information, but not a lot of information. Like the fact that like Relic Delta, perfectly handled, I feel. They gave us the information. They said the content creators are working with it. This is version 1. Content creators put out version 2, version 3, and it worked. You could see the progress being made. Once it hit game, I think the amount of people who felt like what we got in game is what was advertised over that period of time, right? Colosseum, I think you would be very, very hard to find 5% of the population who feel that what was advertised is what we've been given, right? Some people have played for 10 years, have gotten to this and gone, I'm out, right? They're like, that's your loyal
those
customers.
people were looking. I was talking about this yesterday. No, I was talking about this yesterday, man. Those people already wanted to quit. You're not going to convince me that this little game mode that they don't even have to participate in if they don't want to made them quit.
No, but
You're not going to convince me of that. You're really not. You're not going to convince me of that. Those guys wanted to quit already.
It's not the Colosseum itself. I think it was the fact that the way it's been communicated and what has been delivered. When you sort of get to that point, if you are said, "Here's what we're gonna get given," and they have the ability to go, "Not for me," whatever. That's fair, but I feel the communication side of things is what we feel like there was something hidden there. Whether they did mean to do that or not, I hope not. But I feel like it just when you make things something new, you try and make it as frictionless as possible, and have the expectations set fairly.
Like,
and that's just not what we got. That's just the example of Colosseum. There were others, but yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of that comes down to, here was that massive document that gave us everything, which was great. It was great for, as a content creator, to get all that in one hit. The problem is we had so many questions about it, and there's still not an FAQ. There was no post about any of it.
Yeah.
Like, there were creators going, well, how much do we need for this? How do we get this? How much is this? And we had to wait for data mine to get that information.
It was a lot of information.
So I will agree
at the same time.
I will agree with that, Womp and I will agree. I'll agree with that in the sense that they definitely didn't answer the questions that arose from the information they gave us. I heard a lot of complaining about this is too much information. This is too long of a post. This is blah 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 blah. Stop whining. They gave us a bunch of information. Read it or don't read it. I don't know how many games other people have played. I used to play a lot of Heroes of the Storm, and every update was like 2 pages of changes that they made to characters and that they made to game modes and that they made to other stuff. They make a bunch of changes and they take those changes and they post them and they let you know what's going on. Like, they're not going to hire a writer to sit down and summarize this for you. They're just taking the information, although they do have somebody that does a great job of it. Meathead does a really good job of summarizing a lot of the stuff for us and stuff like that. But instead of complaining about the fact that they gave us too much information, I can get down with complaining about the fact that they didn't answer our questions that arose from the information that they gave us.
Which is where
I will say one issue I have with this community is the complaining. I will say that. So
yeah, but so like if you look at the Relic Delta stuff, they posted it. Well, sorry, the content creators posted it. We gave feedback to the content creators, questions, concerns, which then we got answers to, right? Then it developed. The percentages changed a bit. More feedback. Percentages changed. More feedback. That's a great, blueprint right there. That's how you.
By the way, I like that. I like that system. By the way, I know a lot of people were, again, I mean, even some of the content creators were saying, yeah, I know that CG should be giving you this info, but we're the ones giving it to you. I disagree. I like the system that they implemented for distributing the information, because what it's doing is they're not pushing the responsibility onto the content creators. They're giving content creators the ability to make more content is what they're doing. They're actually helping you out. Egnard's had more content to post videos about, where everybody had more content that they were able to put out just solely based on the fact that they had information to give. And so it didn't have to be gameplay videos. It didn't have to be update videos on the latest patches and stuff like that. You had the ability to post content that people wanted, that without having to play the game. All you had to do was go in. I mean, they had to beta test, but you know what I mean? Like it was more content. So they're really helping out your channel. And instead we're complaining that, oh, well, why didn't they give us this information? Why are you giving us this information? They're helping you, honestly.
So my biggest thing there was, yes, they could not show us gameplay footage. That was part of the agreement, which was great. But what they did say they could do is tell us the fights, tell us what happened. And you had a lot of the creators. You had Fatal that had a section on his Discord specifically for it, where you could say, "Can you check how this is?" And he would reply to it. You had other creators with the exact same thing. I had 2 people I knew in that creator program that never came out that they were in it, that were literally, "Oh, do you want to check this team for me?" And you could just fire them a message, check the team, and they would tell you how it comes out. And it was like, they weren't allowed to show the fights, but they're allowed to say, "Oh, by the way, a Relic 7 full Phoenix team still destroys a Relic 9
Yeah, but you know how much
Reaver team."
content
And yeah,
was wasted or not created there? You could have made I mean, they
yeah,
were beta testing, and like you said, there could have been whole videos made on this is how this team worked. This is the mechanics that happened. This is how this interacted with this and stuff like that. And instead, it was just every now and then you get a post, or every now and then you get a
yeah.
video saying, "Oh, here's the
Like,
latest Relic Delta stuff."
I made a joke with the community that I would, if I had ended up on that test program, I would have gone, "Okay, today we're doing a stream where you guys can't see it, but we'll do X versus Y, and you get to give me X. I will put the Y team up and tell you what team it is and what relic level and everything else, and you just tell me hundreds of teams you want me to fire at it."
Also, Womprett, you could have
And
made like
yeah,
videos or
yeah,
posts,
I
or I mean, you could have made videos just describing what happened and how the mechanics
yeah,
worked and stuff like that. Bro, you know how many like on YouTube, if you were making videos and posting on YouTube, you would have, I mean, you would have been the only person doing it. So you would have, I mean, dude, you would have, your channel would start
yeah.
blowing up, honestly. In my opinion, if you were doing that, the amount of
But
views that you would have been getting would have went from like whatever you average, just triple that easily. Easily
yeah.
triple that.
But the one for me is, as a lot of my community know, is I like to break kits. I like to rip them apart, as you guys have seen, and then go, "Okay, how can I twist this? How can I find something stupid?" And the perfect example is what we talked about in the intro, that little team that you guys have seen. You've seen the results on .gg, and it's like, what, that pulls a GL to guarantee the win? And then you get out a GL country, and it's like, okay, there is no answers. And people start looking at it and go, "Wait, what?" And it's like, yeah, some of these teams get busted, and not in the fun way. Like, you put this in your back wall, the chances are they've used most of their GLs getting through your front, and now they've got to take the gamble on something that they don't want to do. And honestly, this is why, as creators, we enjoy the communities, because we have our own little niches that we live in, that we love to play with, and we get to do some stupid shit with. And when they have big ass fails, like the lack of communication, we've had it where they've put a post out, they've said, "Oh, yeah, the FAQ will be tomorrow or the day after," which is usually, it's like 2 days, get your questions in, day or two later, we get the FAQ and we can work our way through it. And then we get the information we need. The problem is, there has been times this year where they've said that, and then a week later the FAQ comes out. And it's like, we've answered it because it's now in game. We answered it ourselves. We don't need the FAQ now. So, CG, please just sort your communication. That is the biggest thing here. That is the biggest thing for me. I don't care if you gave all the content creators everything, let them play with it a week early or whatever. Don't care. They can give the information out for you then. The biggest one for me is, just give us a way of communicating from you guys that is so much better than what you've got now. Either let Meathead actually reply of, "Oh, there's a problem, here's the reply," and go, "We're investigating straight away." Because he's done that before. Now it's been 20 minutes, hands up, shit, there's a problem, we're looking into it. But then there's also been times where 3-4 days later it's, "Oh, there's now a problem." And it's like, no, just let him do his job, or let the content creators do a better job for you. That's it. One or the other. You don't need to do both. One or the other. Please. Just sort your communication, CG.
So for me, the biggest miss, I'm gonna go into my part now because we
Yep.
beat that dead horse.
Yep.
The biggest miss for me is actually a thing I don't dislike. I don't hate it, but I think the biggest miss is the Coliseum. And it's not because it sucks, and it is boring. Don't get me wrong, it is boring. But I don't hate it. And the only reason it's a toss, so it was kind of a toss up, like what I was gonna go with for the biggest miss for me, because I like the rewards from Coliseum, right? It's kind of like some of the other stuff in the game. Like I do it for the rewards. I don't necessarily enjoy doing it. And I've brought it up before. I don't sit up at night going, yeah, I can't wait to do my fleet climb so that I can get my 400 crystals. It's not a thing I do. You know what I mean? I'm not like super stoked to go do my fleet climb every night. I mean, it's the same battle every single. It's not like the battle ever changes. It's my Leviathan against your Leviathan. Did you go first and I click auto, or do I have to take 4 turns and then I get to click auto?
Yeah.
So it's not like it's this riveting gameplay for me where I'm so excited. So that when people are talking about that, like it being boring, stuff like that, I have to bring up stuff like that because they're like, oh, well, I mean, it's just the worst thing in the game. It's not the worst thing in the game, guys. It's really not. It takes minimal amount of time to do. Even if you don't even have to auto it, and it takes, I mean, it takes like a minute and a half to do a battle or something. It's really not that bad. Um, and then but the reason it's the biggest miss is because it upset the community so much. That's why I think it's the biggest miss of the year, is because of the discourse that it caused throughout the community with this game, right? Um and that's my reasoning why it's the biggest miss, just because along the same lines as you guys, right? Like this game is all about the community, people playing the game, stuff like that. If you piss everybody off that's playing the game, you might not have a game anymore. So
Yeah.
that's my reasoning.
I think it goes back
I
to
do-
how
I do
it
agree.
was communicated to us. I think that's what I felt. Like you said, it's a nice, quick, easy one. It's not like we spend more time in the raid than Colosseum. So getting angry about
So much more time. So much more time, man. Like the other day I had to do the 3-man oppo team 30 times before it finally worked.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that's
Yeah.
20, 30
It's
minutes of my
only like
day gone trying to get 3.6 million. So I mean,
like the biggest thing for me there is like I've got my raid time down to 16 minutes. And I get the full 18 million in 16 minutes. But that's because I've got all the teams that I want, and I went, you know what, that 3-man Apo team can get fucked. I will take Maz team to R9. And that's it.
Exactly.
Because
I mean, if you have everything,
fucking
right?
hate that team.
Yeah, when you have everything, so like with the 3-man oppo team, but that's my point, is we do these teams like this, right? Where we're doing like a 3-man oppo team, we're doing a 3-man JMMW that I have to do sometimes 15 times before I can finally get the RNG to work, stuff like that. Or before Owie comes to my stream and goes, "Hey, Berm, you're doing this wrong. Do it this way." Stuff like that, though. You know what I mean? It's like we're complaining about this thing that literally, if you do every battle, takes you 5 to 6 minutes. That's the most it's going to take you. I get that it's frustrating, stuff like that. But again, that is why, in my opinion, it's the biggest miss, just because it upset the community so much. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. The game mode itself is not a miss, in my opinion. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think when you look at Colosseum itself, right, the fact that it is okay, so it's a new system, right, but it is actually this like mini game to unlock the new marquees at a slightly higher level than Gear 1, Level 1, right? So by the time you get through this 12-week period, your characters are going to be, they reckon, free to play would be gear 12. So all that gear from 1 to 12 is now not irrelevant, but you've gotten that extra boost up. So realistically, everybody should be really happy about Colosseum. I think it was just
Well, so I mean, the people that really affects though, because let's think about gear 1 through 10, for instance, right? So I guess with new characters, you need a lot of Kairos once you hit 9. I want to say 9 to 10 takes Kairos, and then 10 to 11, and 11 to 12 for new characters is usually about right. So gear 1 through 10 is kind of irrelevant at this point. I don't even know why it exists, honestly.
Yep.
Even on my little accounts, I can literally, I just can click any character I get, I can instantly level to gear 9. Like, I don't know why gear 9 exists, or why anything before that exists. But so it really is only affecting like new accounts in regard to helping them out. If you're getting the gear 12, like they said, then it's going to be helping everybody, obviously, because lower accounts are in a gear crunch for Kairos. But mid to late game people, you're not doing anything. It doesn't affect you at all. If you didn't interact with the system at all, you just wait for your character to come out and gear them up.
But it does in the
So
way
just
that
as a
you can gear up. So we have Datacrons that come along randomly, right? And we'll have some like Scavenger Ray. How many people have got her I mean, she's a requirement for race, so it's a bad example. But what those random shitty characters that randomly get a pop up like Bodhi Rook got a really good Datacron, right? That gives people the ability to put gear and time and resources into Bodhi Rook while they're still doing or keeping up with the newer characters. Like, even at a mid to end game, maybe not end game because they've probably got Bodhi Rook, but middle, early, late game are going to have the ability to catch up on random characters. So it's not a negative for them.
I've got a weird take to this because I've got somebody that I know that is a whale. He is buying the shards as he always does, so he will have the character 7 stars. And he has spent nothing on extra on Colosseum. He's like level 15. He's constantly in the 200s in his bracket, and he does not care. The reason he does not care is because the day that it will land, whatever gear level they're at, he will gear them full to relics.
That's what
he
I'm
is
doing.
also stockpiling relics to go, oh, well, even if he's at gear 6, he will take them all to relic 9.
I'm not
Off
going to.
the bat, it does not matter to him.
Yeah.
The only thing he actually is pissed about is the fact that he cannot relic 10 more frequently. And he has turned around and said he will prefer to buy the relic 10 packs that they're bringing out. Then he would prefer to spend on Colosseum because I've already spent $40 on Colosseum. He spent 150 quid the other day on just the Relic 10 pack, and he's further ahead in Relic 10 than I will ever be.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, like, with those packs, I mean, based on the amount of money people were saying that they spent, right, to get top 10, they're spending hundreds of dollars to get top 10. It's cheaper to probably just go buy the Relic 10 stuff, maybe. Or if it's not, it's less of a headache for sure. So maybe you're spending slightly more money, but you're not having to deal with the headache as a whale.
So all he's doing with Colosseum every day, because I talk to him every day about it and we have a laugh, he literally opens it, presses auto on his refresh one that he has to do once a day, autos it and walks away. That's it. Once a day, he touches Colosseum. It's load it up, press C twice. Oh, look, I'm done. Does he ever come back to it? No. Will he ever come back to it? No. Oh, I got really bad RNG and I got nuked instantly. I don't give a f. Congratulations, it's done. It's dusted. Bye.
I will say I want to point out, and Mike saw earlier, and I think Mike's kind of higher level too. The guy, CR Sonic, he comes in my stream frequently, good guy. He was just telling me he's level 35, 35, completely free to play, which
Yep.
is slightly irritating to me just because I spent money and I can only get to 36. And that's one of the things where the RNG factor comes in, right? Like on my free to play accounts, I have two free to plays. I have the Berms 88 and I've got Mini Berm. One of those accounts is like level 24, 25, and the other one is only like 19. And it's purely based on the RNG that I get when I'm doing Coliseum. One of them is getting really shit RNG and I can't get past certain points. And the other one, every now and then I get good RNG. Most of the time it's all bad RNG, but every now and then I get good RNG and I can beat that extra tier and level my guys up again. And
Right.
that's really all it comes down to.
So don't look at that tag. Because you're not going to be happy.
Yeah, and you didn't spend any money, did you? Well, you're a higher star than I am too, so
yeah. So I'm like what Wombat was explaining. I'm still going to get into 7 stars because I just don't want to do the shard farming. But I'm going to have the gear and the relics ready to go.
I'm thinking that takes more precedence than people. That's a little. It's not like the end all be all for your stats, right? But I think we didn't put enough emphasis on getting stars, and people kind of downplayed it a lot. Like when you go watch content creators and stuff, I think it got downplayed a lot on how important the stars are. And I think that's where like your account, my account, and this other guy's account's different slightly. Where the difference is I'm only, I think on my main account I'm 4 or 5 stars because I just didn't have the crystals at the time to buy more packs. And I was like, oh, I'll just make up for it with levels. Well, I was only able to make up with it so much.
Well, my stats
and now I'm
would
kind
be
of
higher, right?
hard stuck.
Well,
Exactly.
The main thing to look at here, and we have done testing, worked it out. The only thing stars actually give you is slightly more potency, slightly more tenacity, and a tiniest bit more health. And I'm not talking measurable. It literally may add 1 bar to your health.
Well, I can
from
tell you
3-star to 7.
I can tell you on one of my on the berm, I am at like 98%. And if I had one more star on my characters,
Yeah.
I'd be in tier 5. I'd be in tier 5.
So,
like I would, and I'd be over level 40. But I'm missing like every now and then. All it is it's just that slightest little bit, little bit of health, or that tenacity. That tenacity on some of those bosses is just brutal. Like if I had just a little bit more tenacity, I wouldn't have got blinded, or I wouldn't have you know what I mean?
Yeah. But this is something that a lot of people have overlooked. Is it's only tiny bumps in stats. Loads of people are saying, "Oh well, you'll be miles ahead if you've got the stars." There is a guy in my bracket that is at 55-55 on both. I'm at 54-50, so my Luke is 50. I am 100 and something points behind him in the Relic 5, in the Stage 5. He is more stats than me. I am more stars than he is. He is 4-star. That's it. He is just 4-star. I cannot get any further because I don't have the stats. He has the stats. I do not.
Gotcha.
And that's one of the
man,
biggest things to take away. Is the stats are more important than the stars. The only difference is by the time I get to like week 4 and week 5, well, character 4 and character 5, I'm going to go past 65. You can't. I can. Because I'm at 7-star. That's all it's going to do is, oh, we're at 65 now. Bye. I'm going to go past you.
Well, also, I was going to say with the Coliseum, I know the problem, I guess one of my main issues with it is just how much RNG is involved, right? Like I said, I got to 98% on one of my runs. And ever since then, the highest I can get is like 85 to 86%. And I'm like, why did I get 98% on this one run? And now I can't even break 90 again. I can't even break 90 anymore. Like, and I had a run earlier.
Is that the ATT one where you just can't get back close? Because I hit
It's all
99 on that, and I
it's all
cannot
of
get
them,
the
man.
next bit.
Oh, gotcha. It's almost
Like,
all of them. It's like I got like a really good run at some point in time. I don't know when it was, but I got a really good run on the tier that I'm on, and now it's like I'm just not getting anything. It's like I'm just getting smoked. Like on the one
like
today, I did it on stream. I did one of the runs on stream, and it was literally like he AoE'd the first time, okay? And I was like, cool, AoE. The next hit, he killed Vader, then he killed IG, then he killed Luke. It was like he just started one-shotting my team one by one, and I'm like, oh, now I lose. Now there's nothing I can do.
and I think that is one of the biggest things to take away is there is a lot of RNG in it, and it's like every other one apart from that ATT bullshit, I am at stage 5. ATT, I cannot get past 98%. Physically cannot get past it because he'll go into one-shot mode and I get one-shotted on every fucking one.
Yeah, that one's a rough one because that's one of the um like double-edged sword ones. That's the double-edged sword one where it's like if you put tenacity up, he just takes infinite turns. If you don't put tenacity up, he ramps his damage and kills you instantly.
Yep.
So it's like we can't and he debuffs you. So it's like beyond the fact that he's hitting you he's doing this massive damage, he's blinding your entire team, so you're not doing any damage.
And I think, and this is why I've said I'm not making a video on Colosseum until we're much, much further along. I want at least 5 characters out and tell before I will talk about it. Because at the moment it feels better than it did. I reckon Hermit Yoda, well, Yoda and Chewie is going to make it feel better again. I think this is going to feel a much better game mode with 5 characters available. We don't have the loaned characters system yet. They've said that that will come in later eras. Hopefully next era that happens. I think that will make the system feel better. I think it really will. But at the moment, we need to see how it goes, see how it runs. And a lot of people are forgetting that if you're not at like 6-star, 7-star, you are not able to get higher. You are going to get capped at 65, which means, oh, yeah, you might have all 5 characters at level 65. So you might get to like tier 6, tier 7 in the raid. But those that have spent on the shards, even free, we worked it out that in theory, you will get to potentially mid-70s for free if you've spent on the shards, which means, yeah, worst case scenario, we think that Maul is going to require like 93 to actually unlock at 7-star. If that is the case, I'm not unlocking it at 7-star. I'm getting it at 6 and telling it to fuck off. And that's the God's honest truth there, guys. It's like, if that is the case, okay, I've got him as 6-star until his event comes back. Oh, his event's back in 6 months? Okay, I've got him as 6-star for 6 months. I'll just take him to Relic 5 and laugh. Because I'm stuck at Relic 5. Do not care. When it comes back round, I'll have the material to take him straight to Relic 10. He'll be the only fucker on the team not Relic 10.
In the interest of trying to
That's how it's going to be.
finish sometime in the next 7 days.
Yep. Next questions, though.
Yes. All right. So the next topic is probably trailing on from the 10-year players who've sort of quit it, right? Burnout factor. How do we feel that this year has gone? Do we think that those people quitting, not that it's their decision, right? But do we feel like they probably have a point, like that it's justified, that they've gotten to a point where it's just too much in game time?
Personally, I think this year has been a couple of the updates have caused a lot of burnout in a lot of people. Even I had severe burnout from the game this year. I think what people need to understand is taking a bit of time off is not the end of the world. Like stepping back, as long as you do the bare minimum, or you message somebody and say, "Oh, can you help make sure I get the bare minimum?" That's better than stepping away completely. And you literally log in, you do 15 minutes at the start of every day, you do your dailies, and okay, I'm done. Just do the bare minimum. Don't worry about, oh, I've got to do X, Y, and Z. If you need a bit of time away from the game, do the bare minimum. Forget about anything
Also,
else. If that means
by
you
doing the
step
bare
away from a
minimum,
guild, fine.
you're also hoarding resources like unintentionally.
Yeah.
So you're taking a break. As long as you're doing the things that you need to do every day, you're still getting all the stuff that you need. You're just not utilizing it right now. You're giving yourself a mental break.
Yep.
We have a
Which
lot of
means
people
when you
that
come
join
back,
my little guild, that join on the little account, that join the guild, that are big accounts. And the reason is because they're just tired of the game. Like they're just tired of doing all the stuff that a big guild requires.
But are they missing
I
things in
think
your guild?
Oh, 100%. 100%
Okay.
they're missing stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we can't even do rote yet. So, but
yeah.
you
So
have these like 8 to 12 million accounts that are like, I just want to chill. I just want to chill, man.
and I think that is one of the biggest parts is having a break, especially when you feel the burnout is coming. Like we took a month off where my whole GACs for that month was one attack done. And when did I do them? Whenever the fuck I felt like. It could be just as it opened, it could be midway through, it could be 20 minutes before the end. But it would be one attack done, walk away. Yeah, it really impacted my score. We were mid freaking Kyber 1 and climbing hard, and we ended up bottom of Kyber 2. It took, what, a month for me to drop to the bottom of Kyber 2? Did that bother me? No. Literally, bare minimum investment. Do the bare minimum you have to do. Have a bit of a break from the game. Have the mental break. You will hoard shit up, which is inadvertent. You just need to have a little bit of a plan like, okay, well, I'm going to spend the crystals on the cantina and I'm just going to farm the flawed signal data. That will get me my 600 every day. I'm done. And that's it. Have a little bit of a plan that means when you come back to the game properly after having a bit of a decent break to avoid the proper burnout, oh, look, you're coming back in. You might have a horde of like 400 signal data just sat there. And you can just go, use. And your brain is a bit more refreshed. You can think things through. Just have a laugh. Like a lot of people have been saying, oh, well, I've got to be serious with my R10s. Fuck that shit. We're doing Embo. Who gives a crap? R10 is
Yeah, I
not
mean,
the super thing that everybody wants. Who
it's
cares?
it's
Have fun.
it's another relic, man. It's another relic. Well, Relic Delta, you know what? It's one more relic. That's all it
Yeah.
is. It's one more relic to the Relic Delta. If you were R9 and they're R10, it's not going to change it. It's the stat difference. The Relic Delta is not enough for that to break that fight.
Yeah, so the biggest thing here is something that we talked about on stream, and we did the maths with two very big creators. They turned around and said a full Relic 10 team, and we did the maths and we went on a test server to test it. A full Relic 10 team can be taken out by any of the current R8 teams. Full Relic 8. Those Relic 8 teams that are taken out, you're never really going to be doing Relic 8 teams. You're going to have like, here's a Relic 8, here's a Relic 9, and here's a Relic 10 in those teams. Or it's going to be a Relic 9, a Relic 9, and a Relic 8. They are very rarely just Relic 8. And you are
well,
still absolutely smashing them.
also, yeah, I think people, to add on to that, I think people forget that you don't have to Relic 8, Relic 9 the entire team. Like,
No.
only specific characters need these relics because of the mechanics of the teams. You don't necessarily need all of them high relic. Like I got absolutely smashed last GAC by a couple teams, where the other characters weren't even relicked, and there was nothing I could do about it because it was like an Iden, like an R7 or R8 Iden, and the other guys were, or maybe it was the other way around where Iden was lower and they were higher. Either way, it was brutal. I can tell you that. And doing stuff like that, I've seen, like there was another team where I want to say it was Night Sisters, and the only Night Sister that was relicked was the one that mattered. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, now I can't do anything because you've got this one R7 that I can't get through. Stuff like that. So
And honestly, my biggest take from this, from especially this update, is have fun with your accounts. Yes, I play semi-seriously. I do fight to the death, and we'll grind the living shit out of fights if we have to. That's just me in general. I will have a knife fight with you where you've got a big ass knife and I've got a fucking spoon. I will still fight. I do not give a shit. I do not care if I am relic delta to the moon. I will try and kick your ass for fun. I do not
yeah,
care.
I
It's
have to
one
say,
of
guys,
those
that
of have fun. Have fun.
I,
Stop with the bullshit. Have fun.
I don't. I feel like the game does feel like a chore sometimes. I enjoy the game, but this game, so Relic Delta, in my opinion, didn't do enough for PvE. Um, Territory battles, like the original stats that they released, would have been really nice for PvE. Um, the where they released it at, like with TB, I mean, the first planet is R5. So unless you're in game and all your stuff is R9, it didn't do anything. It didn't do anything at all. Um, it didn't save me any time. This game takes a lot of time, a lot of time. I mean, I've been debating going back down to one account. I'm probably for sure going to go back down to two accounts. Um, just because it's such a time sink. Conquest is so much time. When Conquest happens, that's hours a day. Hours a day. It's not a little bit of time, it's a lot of time. Um and
So
then
I'm going to be honest.
TB.
This year I went to one account. This year I went to one account because of time burn.
Yeah, I
So
think, and I'm thinking about
I
doing the same thing.
yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want to because, and the only reason I don't want to, I don't care about the account that Bones gave me. That's fine. I like the other guild that I'm in. I like both the guilds that I'm in. I mean, just in case anybody is watching this, I like both the guilds I'm in. And so I don't want to leave the guilds, and that's the only reason I'm still playing both of my accounts. If it wasn't for that, I would only be playing one account. And it's because the time investment is huge. It's huge. And if you're not investing a lot of time into the game, you're not really growing your account at a certain point. Like you can get so far and then you're going to get stagnant really quick. So, I would say in regard to respecting people's time, I would say this game takes a lot of time for a mobile game. It takes less time than other games though. So I guess it depends on what you're comparing it to and how valuable your time is to you.
So I sort of started.
Oh, by the way, hey Mike, one sec, man. Sorry. My kids woke up early, so I gotta go right now. I
All right.
apologize.
All good.
Well, have a good one, Berm.
Go and do a
We'll
bit of
sort
guys.
out something for next week, guys. And yeah, we'll have fun.
You want to do a pimp my
See you later,
pimp
Berm.
my shit, Berm?
Nope, I'm just gonna bounce,
All right.
man. I gotta
Okay.
get. Sorry.
worries.
Thanks.
See ya.
We will pimp Berm's shit at the end for him then. So we'll do a pimp Berm shit at the end.
Can we get Ice Cube
But
to come in
yeah,
and do it?
maybe. But I think we're gonna have to get Aussie Cube to do it though.
Alright.
Just a downside.
All right. So my burnout journey probably started. Oh, it probably been a year since I've really done. At one stage, I was like, Berman had like 3, 4 maybe even 5 accounts at once. And it slowly decreased, and I went down to 2 that I had in the Hutts, and went down to 1 just as the guild leader, and even like our officers were feeling it too. And now I just play one account, and even some days, like work gets in the way and rolls around to 5 o'clock, and you've gotten, on the way home, and you're sitting and doing your fleet climb, and my fleet shard, everybody knows by now, they push me back to like 40. I just see that 42nd place, and I know I've got to do a refresh. I'm just like, can't be bothered today, and end up in the 20s and call it, and go and
Yep.
TB is probably the only one I'm really taking seriously. Last Conquest, I think it was like day 4 before I even started. Yeah, so I think mine's more real world than the game though.
I think for you though, you just said that you take TB seriously, didn't you?
I mean,
So hang on. You take TB seriously at 89 waves this time, where I'm at 113.
yeah, well, I didn't do
come
any
on,
yesterday.
catch up.
Yes,
I know, I'm taking the piss.
what did I do yesterday? So, yeah, started work early.
You were more interested in the beer. You were more interested in the beer.
Yeah, so I started work early. Then we had a
understand.
work Christmas party. Then by the time I dropped everybody home, because I was also the driver, because I'm the responsible one somehow. We then went and looked at Christmas lights, and I think it was like 9 o'clock. So I wasn't home for 15 hours out of the 24 yesterday.
Mike, you've just said something I want to touch on. You're the responsible one.
Well, I'm the manager, remember?
How?
So I'm the
How?
I'm the one who's paid to be responsible. Anyway, so
I'm just baffled by that. I'm baffled by that.
So yes, I think mine's more real world situation. If I did have more time in my day, I think that I would probably like, I don't dislike the game at all. It's just, when I'm paid to do a job, I've got to focus on that, and then I've got kids to look after, and dinners to make, and yeah. Like, I mean, it's 11. Yeah. Oh no, it's 12:30 in the morning on a Sunday morning. This is my time where I get to, spend time with you guys, and just not, there's literally, if work was to ring right now, I guess it'd probably be an emergency, but, like, kids are going to bed, wife's gone to bed. Yeah.
Aussie Mike has a bear, and that's the important part.
I was risky, and had a whiskey, but it's in a beer cup. So you don't know how that really. Yeah. All right.
But yeah, right.
Predictions?
Now, yeah, predictions.
Okay.
So next year is going to be weird. We've got loads of anniversary events next year. Like, it's like 50 years of one of them, 30 years of another, 20 odd years of another.
No, 50
We've
is
got
2027. Because that's the year.
Is it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's the big one. That's why I'm coming over.
Oh, yeah. So there's like loads of little anniversaries, which is great. It means we're going to get loads of fun content. I honestly do not know what the fuck we're getting next. Because you take a look at what we got this year, and you wouldn't have guessed pirates were coming. You wouldn't have guessed like half the characters that we've ended up with. You wouldn't have guessed fucking Ezra. No way on earth you were guessing it.
I mean, Ezra maybe, because I had Ahsoka, but I definitely didn't see any of the what's the kid one? Skeleton Crew?
Yeah, Skeleton Crew shit.
Yeah, I didn't see any of that coming.
The thing that I have got thoughts on Now, yes, I think The Stranger is all we're getting from that. The one show that we won't mention because it pisses off too many people. I think that's probably going to be the only thing we get from that show, and that's it. I think there is a good chance that we're going to be in for a very fun year. I think we're going to end up with them saying that every one of these eras is going to lead to a legacy event, a legendary event. That's going to be fun in itself. It means that we're going to get lots of new, fun, strong characters.
All right, just give us a name. One major character.
I would love to see Snoke.
Okay.
I would love to see Snoke come to the game.
What faction?
Whether that will happen.
Like First Order or Sith?
Well, he isn't a Sith.
Okay.
So it would have to be First Order.
Okay.
He definitely is not a Sith. He's a puppet.
Okay.
He's a puppet. But I would also want to see more things like the proper Sith Empire stuff and some of the older, more fun stuff, like a proper Darth Revan, redeemed Revan, which we've all been asking for goddamn so long. But the joke is, even Meathead is asking for it. So we could be in for the year of Revan, which would be insane because one of the books has a anniversary this year, which is the Revan books. It is actually his books. So fuck yes, please, come on, CG, just do it. Just do it. Rip the band-aid off, give us a Super Revan, and watch the world implode. Because I could guarantee if that lands, we implode this year. Because holy shit, he will be going to R whatever the fuck the max is. Because I will do it, because it's Revan. A couple of you do know my opinions on Revan and Sith Empire. So yeah, do it, CG.
All right,
Double day.
Are you picking Snoke or are you picking the Revan?
I'd want both.
No, you gotta pick one.
Both. I can't pick one out of those.
Pick one.
It would have to be. I would love it to be the Revan. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Okay.
It's more likely to be Snoke and shit.
Okay.
Like
And what is he going to be like? Conquest? GL?
I think if anything, they're probably going to put him as a GL. Really don't want them to because technically he isn't that power level. But Old Republic, if they do Revan, it will be GL level because it can only be GL level. But you've got other things like Vitiate that they could pull off. Fucking no. I'd love it. Old Republic 2027, maybe because of the game that's been announced. Fate of the Republic, was it? Or something like that?
Yeah.
I can't remember. We've also got other games that have been announced. I can't wait for them to drop because I will be playing the living shit out. But yeah.
Fate of the Old Republic.
One of those. Fate of the Old Republic.
All right. Okay. Because we're gonna clip this, so you're gonna be held to it.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Like I said, I honestly do think the chances are it's gonna be Revan this year because of the books and everything's anniversary. It's niche. It is niche because not everybody reads the books in our communities and everything else. We talked about this. But I think if you want to do a fan service, this is the year to do Revan or Vitiate or something like that to really cash in. If they brought Vitiate this year, holy shit, I am spending a lot more. I am honestly, I would hit the credit card quite hard and make sure I hit it. Because if they guaranteed me getting Vitiate this year, holy shit, I'm doing it, guys. It would probably be the only reason I would go to level 95 and go, fuck you all. Do not give a crap.
All right.
Just one of those.
I think that we're going to get something Mandalorian and Grogu related that comes out May this year. Obviously, I don't know what the movie, like we don't really know a lot about it, but I'm sort of thinking tail end of maybe, like September gives us, 5 months? Maybe October is 6 months. The May? No, it'll be November. Sorry. So right at the end of the year, we'll get something, and it'll be. I don't think it'll be a GL, but it'll be a Conquest character.
Now, there is something there. Now, this goes back to a long time ago with this game. I can't remember what movie came out, but within a month, we also had characters in game.
Was that
Now,
Rogue One?
it is. I can't remember.
Because remember they
It was
dropped like
a good while off. Now,
Jin
now
Urso
that
was that competition tournament thing.
yes, I think it was that
I
one.
reckon so. It was all that
I
Rogue
think it
One.
was at that stage. Now, that comes down to, do Disney trust CG enough? Now, they have not had leaks in a long time, so it could be that Mandalorian movie comes out in May, and in May we have a Mandalorian event. That would be insane. But we'll see. Like, it's got to be, they've got to basically do something. This year's got to be big. It's got to be big this year. That's it. It's just got to be a fucking big year where we have a laugh and we love the characters. Otherwise, this
so-
change is just going to sink.
Don't quote me, right? Because this is, I'm just looking up SWGoH Wiki. There's a Jin Urso released in game December 17, 2016. Rogue One hit cinemas in the United States December 16, 2016. Literally the day after it was released in the US.
Yeah.
How accurate
So
those numbers are, but
yeah, I think it was Rogue One. I can't remember for the life of me which one it was. But if they can do something like that again, it would be insane. It would be absolutely insane. And I think, like, if the Mando movie drops and then straight away we go into a Mando era, oh, they would get spending. They would draw the spenders. They would get the whales spending it.
it looks
Like,
like
doing
there's
shit
a
like that is what we would want.
like there's a Galactic Empire remnants in the cast. Johnny Coyne is an Imperial warlord, the leader of the faction Galactic Empire Remnant. So maybe there's a new faction that could be there, or like it's just an Imperial Remnants. But yeah,
Yeah. Like, there is so much that they could do, and I'm here for it. I just want them to put out good content that we want to play with. Yes, I know that there are going to be people like one of my mates that is just going to 7-star, hoard the gear, hoard the relics, and take them straight to Relic 9. Does not give a shit. The same with me. I am probably going to reduce my spending. I'm going to get the 7 stars and probably do the same. Hold the gear and laugh. I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, it means that I won't get 7-star day one of the new big toy. Sorry, but I'll just see what it does at 6-star. Do I care? No. Yeah, it means I'm going to have to make content 6 months down the line. Who cares? You guys get to see what the toy does. I get to try and test out some bullshit, and we just go from that. Like, it's sad to say it. There is going to be less content creators that 7-star shit day one to 7-star the new character day one, the new big toy. But if that's how it is, that's how it is. Like, I'm not spending for spending's sake anymore. Spending for what I want. And I think that is where this system doesn't support for this year. They need to really overhaul Colosseum to make it fun from moment one and not make it fun like 4 characters. That's the biggest thing. They need to do something to keep people spending. I think that does need to be revisited this year. TW needs to be properly revisited to
hang on,
give it
hang on.
purpose now.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Don't jump ahead.
There is there is just too much that they need to look at and actually revisit properly.
Yeah.
And make sure it feels good to a community.
All right. One faction that gets pushed very, very hard. So this year we had obviously the Pirates.
Yep.
What do you reckon?
I've got a feeling it'll either be Mandalorian or Sith Empire this year that gets pushed. It's going to be one of those two.
All right. I am going to say the show that we don't want will get pushed. We've got Stranger, and I
Fair
think
enough.
that's going to be this year's shitty team or faction. Like the Pirates turned out not shitty, but we all were like, "What the fuck?" Like nobody's asking for this faction, and it was sprinkled in around all the other factions. Like we really liked the Clone Troopers, Dark Side Clone Troopers. Yeah, and like the end of the year, we had the 2 bounty hunters, a couple of ships. In the middle there, we had the pirates, and they were just, yeah. I reckon this year it'll be Acolyte, which I don't mind. I'll still collect them, and you know, I'm not gonna boycott them or anything like that. Not excited about it, but
I'm
it
the
is what it is.
same. I'm the same. I'll still 7-star them because I don't want to do the shard farm.
Card farms, yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
Yeah. Fuck shard farms. No, I'm
yeah,
not doing that shit. I'll just 7-star them and go from that.
yeah, yeah.
So one system CG will revisit. I 100% Coliseum is one of them. That needs to be sorted, and they have basically admitted that they're looking into it. Because there's been so much feedback, so many bits and pieces been said, so many little bits in the Discord that have been said. They're definitely going to do something there. And hopefully it'll feel better for everybody, not just the whales. It needs to feel better for whales that are whaling hard, that do spend to level him up. They need to feel a reward for doing it. But at the same time, free to play need to feel that it's not a shit game mode that they're limited.
Do you think
It
it'll be
needs
the
to feel
loaned?
good.
Do you think it'll be the lone characters
I
that
think
fix it?
I think I think that could be the fix. If we get lone characters and it actually feels good from moment one, brilliant. But I also think they need to consider very highly front loading quite a lot of the materials so you can start getting your characters up straight away. Forget about this. Oh yeah, you'll get to level 15 and then you'll get to level 25, then you'll get to 35. No. Let us get to like 20s, 25 straight off the bat. Make us feel like we can do something as free to play. If you don't do that, eh. The other thing is for the guys that have spent on the stars, give us some form of obvious improvement and not this, oh yeah, you might dodge one or two, or you might survive a debuff an extra time. No, stop that shit. Make the stars actually feel worthwhile getting. Make it feel like we're progressing, and it will be good. I hate the fact that the guy above me, nobody else in my shard but one other person is at 7-star. I am in the top 10, but I'm usually 8th or 9th. It feels wank because they're at 4-star or 5-star, and I'm at 7-star, below them in level, yes. But the guy above me is 55-55. I'm 54-50, and I can get nowhere near his score. He is 4-star. I am 7. No. That shit is no. That feels shit.
No.
That feels shit as somebody that spends. That is something that needs looking at. The cheating is out of fucking hand in there. But it's blatant. It's very obvious. The best part is when it gets reported, it gets deleted. That's the bit that I love about it. It gets reported and their account is deleted. And it's blocked. It's great. Because we've seen it And the one that got me is we saw it on stream. There was a guy that's very obviously spent money. Very, very obviously spent money on the because it was light speed everywhere. He did not have all the GLs yet, but it was light speed goddamn everywhere. But it was level 1, and yeah, he was like way above us. Like we checked the whole Coliseum area, and we reported it, and 45 minutes later, the account was deleted, gone. We'd written down the ally code, we searched for the ally code. I am so happy with that. The other thing is, we have a cheaters wall of shame in my Discord. You get it. Don't just report it in game. Chuck it in there, and I'll jump on and report it. I will jump on and report it as well. Which the more reports it's getting, the more likely it's going to get deleted. It also, there's somebody that literally has put a notification one on there, and he watches that like a hawk because he also reports it. But he has back channels to CG that he reports it through. So it's guaranteed to be gone. Honestly, guys, if you ever see cheating in game, put it in there, report it. It's an open channel. Go and do it. If you see cheating in game, we want that out of our game. That is what kills the game. No, we don't want that. We do not want cheating in game. One of those. But yeah. Other than that, just TW needs a goddamn rework. Please, CG. Come on.
TW is mine. It's been around for I don't know how long, right? It did get updated a little bit. They changed the number of slots per territory. But so we've had a refresh of TB. GAC's changed. We've now got 3v3, 5v5. You had the Datacrons. Now you've got Relic Delta. TW is just like the little redhead sitting in the corner, with his lunch, and nobody wants to sit with him, right? Is it gonna be? It needs to be a big change, because especially now the Relic 9 stuff is available elsewhere. And the game mode is not very entertaining. Everybody gets why, right? That's my answer. I think TB needs to be the one that they need to revisit or get rid of.
TB? Do you mean TW?
Sorry, TW. Territory Wars. Needs to be the one they revisit or get rid of.
My way to solve it, to make TW worthwhile. Number one, add more levels. So you've got more reward structure. And what you do is everything above where we are now. So it's what? I think it's like 260 or 300 or 400, whatever the limit is. The next one up gives you one of the server talks for Relic 10. And you go up like that. You drip feed us. So even the top one could only give 5 of them, like the droid brains. It only gives 5. But it could give like 15 droid brains. All of a sudden, those bigger guilds now have a reason to push. Just doing that changes the game.
But are they going to do
because
the whole sandbagging and sort of fit in that guaranteed 3?
Yeah.
Or possibly 5? And sandbagging for a guaranteed 3 is going to seem a lot more inviting than maybe versing more or core and getting 1.
I think the way they need to do it is like, okay, so the next level up gives 1. The level after that gives 5. There is a big enough gap in GP where it's like, okay, it's scary to go up. Like, you can get that potential 1 or none, and you've got to fight for it. But the very next level is even more and core going, okay, yeah, we could sandbag and still be in this category. But if we sandbag and we come across somebody that didn't particularly sandbag and they've got full 50 and they're another big enough guild and they swing and hit hard enough, they're going to clear our walls. But remember, the guys that sandbag, they're sandbagging because there is no rewards bigger than what they need. They can come all the way down to the 400 million bracket and don't give a fuck. It's a substantial amount of their guild missing. It's like a third of their guild not in the game.
Yeah.
You look at how MC3 does ours. Everybody complains, oh, they're sandbaggers, they're sandbaggers. No, we're not. That's the bad bit. Sandbaggers is intentional. We just have sign up if you want to play.
And I
And if
don't
you
want to
do
play
play,
during
you
the
play
week.
properly. Yeah. Mike doesn't want to play during the... There's days where I don't even sign up. And I get a message saying, why didn't you sign up? And it's like, you know I can't be asked, right? And it's just like, oh yeah, good point.
I
And
don't
it's
even
like,
get a message.
they know that it is because I play so goddamn frequent.
Yeah.
It's because I play TW frequently. But the thing for me is, can I be asked some weeks? No. And the weeks where I can't be asked, I don't have to say a fucking word. I don't actually get it from anybody, like officers wise. Why didn't you sign up? It's actually other people in the guild that want me to come and do destruction. I don't know if you saw it in our last one. I swung and hit for like 400 and something points on attack. I just went vicious mode.
It was, I think we were in the second, nearly finished the second wall before I even woke up. I'm like, wait, have we got a TB? No, it's TB at the moment. Never mind. I was like, oh my God, I forgot to sign up for this one too. But no, wrong week.
And this is the thing, like, TW only feels good if you're a competitive little shitbag. That's the only way I make that game mode feel fun for me. And the worst part is the most fun game mode for me is TW. I don't have another game mode I enjoy as much. And there's the bad part. I don't enjoy any other game mode half as much as that game mode. But I also see these rewards do not feel worth it. I enjoy the theory crafting. For God's sake, I talk with our TW lead far too regular. Far too regular. I also talk with a couple of others that love the TW. But all of us pretty much are in agreement that, oh yeah, 5 droid brains feels nice. But meh, do not give a fuck. If we lose, we lose. That's it. The droid brains do not feel good enough.
Yep.
5 droid brains, what, 150 crystals? Okay. Sorry, 1,500 crystals. Okay. Prefer to spend the crystals. It's one of those.
Yeah.
Just does not feel good.
All right,
But yeah,
one problem.
hopefully. Go on.
Oh,
We'll move on
one
because
problem
hopefully
that
they'll sort
CG
it this year.
won't fix. I'm going to give my answer because it's very quick and clear.
Go on.
The people
Yeah.
in our chat, Owie says about the people who are cheating in Colosseum. There's the really obvious ones that get banned really quickly, right? But those, the same way that they're cheating, are people using to just slightly increase their scores. So instead of it being, you know, like 300% damage, maybe they're increasing by 10%, which just gets them that little bit further. And I don't think that that's something that they will put the effort into to try and fix.
So mine is very similar. The cheating scum that are smart. The cheating scum that are dumb will always get caught. It's the cheating scum that are actually intelligent, that realize, don't change the value to 300%. Change it to like 10.
Even 10% seems high.
Those are the ones that will, yeah, but those are the ones that won't get caught because they just get enough of a score to basically make it look legitimate, but with good RNG. It's not. Some of them are very obvious because it's like, yeah, you've managed to get to 5 and you've got a tiny score into 5. But that's it. Like, we need a better system for reporting cheats. That's something that they have improved already. I just don't see them improving again anytime soon. It's just too easy to cheat in this game, especially with people using hacked APKs. And the problem is because there's not enough change between APKs, a lot of these hacks stand for months on end. And I feel sorry for people that get caught with it. We've seen it at the very top of Kyber where people have used the Erodium bug to fling an account up there, and then they've destroyed accounts that are like 3 times the size of them. And that was on one of Fatal's streams where he got destroyed by a hacked APK, and very obviously hacked APK, because it was a 4 million account that he lost to. And when his account was, I think it was 15 and a bit at the time. And it's like, no, no. Smell bullshit there. Smell bullshit there.
Yeah.
No,
And I don't even know whether
don't
you could.
fucking cheat.
So, yes, it's CG's game, and they should be trying to stop people from cheating, right?
Yep.
But there will always, it's like a locked gate, right? It's going to stop a lot of honest people, a lot of people who might be a little bit dodgy, who just get to that point and sort of give up. But if there's enough of a reward behind the gate, someone's always going to break in, jump over, whatever you want to call it, right? And some people are just shit cunts and will cheat just because they can, right? And there's not a lot that,
like the best way to describe it is a giant game of cat and mouse. The cheaters are the mouse, the cat is CG. 9 times out of 10, eventually the cat will catch the mice. But every single time you catch a mouse, a new mouse appears and runs off again. This time, slightly different direction. The cat doesn't catch it for a while, catches it. It's just a giant game of cat and mouse. It never fucking ends. They will eventually work out a way of securing Colosseum up, and there won't be that many cheats in it. But then they will find a new way of cheating elsewhere. And that's the problem. Eventually, there is always a way. And it is very shitty. Very shitty. I do not enjoy it. I do not like it. And we are, as a community, I advocate against anybody cheating, even in the slightest. Like, if you are abusing an in-game mechanic that isn't broken, that is fine. But when you're also doing things like when it was Jocasta News broken bug with the correct datacron from the old set, not this current set and not the one before it, the one that's already gone, there was a way of making Jocasta New damn near unkillable. And thank fuck nobody did shit on that. Like, I refused to have Jocasta New on defense because the team had a bug that was very abusable. And I am just, thank to God nobody found it. I just refused to place it. And there was talk about it within a couple of people, and a couple of people did place it and did show it on stream, and they had 15, 20 drops against the team. I am just, thank God nobody really spotted it.
Okay.
And I am happy that nobody did. But silly little things, like the very obvious one that we've just had, I know Scribe did a video on it. It was an unfortunate timing, and people did place it on defense. I know they did. But you're a twat for doing it if you did. And I agree with why Scribe did it. It was a heads up of, oh shit, this is bad. And it was really bad. Like, if somebody placed that in the south wall, you were not getting through it. Just weren't. And I agree with why it was there. Like, if somebody placed it, you were a dick for placing it. Sorry. Well, I just really hope, and I really hope, that shit like that remains at the speed that CG fit. That's it. If as long as they do shit like that, fix problems like that as fast as they can, done. Happy. Do not care.
Yep.
And unfortunately, we are going to get other things like that come up. Remember, there's thousands of us playing the game, and there's maybe 20 testers at a time. The testers cannot test everything that we will find shit that they never do. Don't hate
Well,
on them for that. Don't
yeah.
think, oh, they can do better. We're always going to find bugs. We're always going to find shit. It's how they respond to the bugs, how they respond to the bullshit, which we want to see. And this was the biggest one where one person made a video. And by the time there was enough uproar about it, which was within hours, they had already said, we are fixing it by the end of tomorrow. And they did. It now doesn't work. That's it. Done. It's fixed. And that's all it can take sometimes is one video about a very horrible team. Oh, look, it's now fixed. Which would you have preferred, guys, that he made the video and it came out and they fixed it, or they didn't he didn't say a word, a couple of people placed it on defense, it came out at the end of this week that that team could not be beaten whatsoever, and you've had a week where it's slowly leaked out to certain members of the community. I am happy that got leaked. I am happy that come out. I am happy that that fucking team was destroyed. Because I would much prefer information like that to come out than just be leaked. Because, yeah, if nobody had said anything, I could guarantee this week there'd have been hell about that team. Absolute fucking hell. One of those. Just, no. Be good, CG. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep getting rid of the shit that we don't want in game. And we'll all be happy. Right. And that's the problems that won't be fixed. But, yeah, they are getting better. Just as a entertainment, the Jabberbot, because we haven't got questions this week, the Jabberbot's reply to our list is actually really quite funny.
It is, yes.
I've got to admit, the sass on your Jabberbot is quite funny. So Jabber the bot replies to a lot of people when they place questions. Usually we would read these out, but basically, and notes for the podcast, he also replies to. And this one is perfect. It went, oh, look, you're trying to play the wise sage of SWGoH. Go home. Huh? Well, suppose your opinions might be useful in as kindling in my rancor pit. Keep them coming, little one. And it was that moment of, God damn it, Jabber. He struck again.
Fucking
He
burn
struck
me.
in a
I created
very
you.
funny
I
way.
created you. Of all the people.
You are the one that Jabber the bot decided to go, nah, go fuck you.
I need to go and reprogram.
So,
Add a little line in there that it doesn't. It's very nice to me or something.
nah, it's funny the way that it burns all of us. Like, I don't chat in that server often, but when it burns you, it's just like, you little shitbag. But, so, we're at the end of everything now, guys.
Yes.
Mike is very obviously reaching the stage of the tireds, which is quite funny to see, but it's quite cruel to keep awake at this time.
Yeah.
So we are going to be entering the wrap-up stage now. Guys, thank you just for being here. If you do not already follow us, there is Linktree. There's Berm in there. There's me in there. Podcast
It
in
is
there.
updated?
I don't know. I think that's... Yeah, it's all up to date.
Yep.
Guys, go and follow Berm. He streams every day that he can, except for where he's not in his home. You guys, honestly, he is a good laugh. He jumps into my stream regularly before he jumps into his own. We do stream around the same time. Go and follow him as well. He is a good laugh.
Yep.
Like, I raid into him when we do shorter streams. He raids into me all the goddamn time when we're doing longer. Go and join in. He is on YouTube as well. He doesn't have many followers on YouTube. Let's try and get him to at least the 500. I don't even think he's there yet. So that he's at least getting something from YouTube or more from you. As well as that, guys, I'm on Twitch. I'm on YouTube. I'm doing these breakdown of kits. I am going to this coming year be doing more collabs with other creators. I do late night streams where we do Helldivers or Battlefield 6. That's with another very good friend that I have a laugh with. And honestly, he's very small as a creator. I think he's not even at like 15, 20 people yet following him. Can't even get monetized yet on Twitch. If you want to go and help him, Badger Clark on Twitch, on YouTube, follow him. We have a laugh. We have a giggle. We talk about Star Wars even when we're playing that. And sometimes you'll see us both locked in and like there's not a word being said for 20 minutes. So if you like to watch people get absolutely super focused, come join us. We have a good laugh. Like this year has been great. This year as a podcast, it's been great. This year as individuals, it's been great fun. I am going to be doing a year to date video on New Year's Eve. Hey, we're doing a stream on New Year's Eve. There's likely to be alcohol involved. I may need to set up the mod controls again so they could turn off the stream.
Yes.
Like, have you still got that list of controls? It might be needed at some point.
Well, your midnight would be 10 o'clock in the morning for me. So that wouldn't be too bad. Yeah.
Yeah. You may have to end the stream.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Maybe.
you're going to finish after midnight, so it'll only get further and further into my daytime, so that'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'll
So, guys,
I'll
it
just
is going
check
to
it
be a
like 2
great
o'clock in the
end.
morning, and you'll be like, all right, time to end it.
Yeah, it's going to be a great end to the year, guys. Remember, I'm streaming every day in December. Now, yes, I have got an operation coming at some point in the next week or two, but hopefully I'll be able to stream in the morning before the op. I'll have the op in the afternoon, and then the next day I just might be on very strong painkillers.
It's dangerous.
Might make the stream a lot interesting. Yeah, it's going to be dangerous if it's a GAC day. Can you imagine how ridiculous that could be? Watching me try and do GAC where you have to think clearly at times, where we plan our attack absolutely to what characters and what datacrons we're going to use, and then all of a sudden I'm now doing this high on painkillers. Yeah, that might be an interesting GAC to watch. So we'll see that. We'll see how
Yes.
that one goes. Because I don't think that's going to go well. I don't think that will go well at all. But we'll get there. We'll get there with. Other than that, this is the last proper hangout episode of this year. That's why we've done this. It's to give us Saturdays with family if we want to. Like, but Aussie Mike, I know you've got lunches and shit coming up this year.
I'm on
It's going to
holidays
make it more awkward.
next Saturday until like Tuesday after Christmas. So I've got like 10 days where I don't even know if I'm gonna have cell phone coverage, let alone like ability to video and stuff like that. So yeah.
But yeah, like this is the last proper one. There may be ad hoc. So you might get very little warning. And fuck you, Bones. Fuck you. There you go. Fuck you, Bones. Just right there. But yeah, it's one of those where there may be ad hoc streams. You may just see that me and Berm do more like collab streams during the Saturday afternoons. Mike will still be more than welcome to jump into the voice chats whenever the fuck he likes. He knows anyway. It's just one of those guys. Like, we're trying to have a nice end of the year for all of us. There will be more content put out by us, which is the good bit. There's going to be a lot more content coming out. The write up stuff, just to help you guys, is going to be there. It's one of those guys. Come and join us. If we do an ad hoc stream, it might be during an Aussie Mike daytime. He might be down the beach. I'm going to
will.
be setting up the mini PC to basically be a permanent Hutts Hangout thing that we can just use whenever we need it. It's going to be one of those where we'll be able to stream when we need to. So have fun, guys. We'll be back soon. I know that I think it was like the 3rd of January is the guaranteed next stream for all of
It will
us.
be.
And yeah, 3rd of January, guys, is the guaranteed next stream. There may be streams in between now and then. There's like, what, 21 days till that? So yeah, there is going to be plenty of other opportunities. And it might be just a late night stream where if Berm's got Battlefield 6, it might be Battlefield 6 where it's me, Berm. I know Aussie Mike doesn't have it, so he won't be joining that one, but he
I'll
might
watch.
just be joining us to take the piss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watching me and Berm suffer. Or it might be that we're playing other games. Stupid shit. Or it might just be where we're just doing a just chatting episode about bullshit. Where we're just chatting away, having a drink, and going from there. So expect some chaos and mayhem, guys. We'll do what we can. We'll have fun where we can. So, yeah. So, would you like to say goodbye for the last proper time this year, Mike?
Yeah.
Because
I can't believe we've finished like an entire year of the podcast. Like we're a year and a half now, so it was June something last year that we started. So obviously Bones has got a big part to play in that with us starting off. No, he's been busy lately, but he still helped us out quite a lot. Obviously Wombat, you came in what, 3rd episode, I think, 4th episode, and been like, yeah, chef's kiss. And then recently with Berm, I love hanging out with you guys. Like I mean, it's 1:20 in the morning, and I still enjoy getting, like, I'm tired, right? But this is one of my favorite parts of the week, getting to chat with you guys.
Yep.
And like our community is building well, and yeah, I think we, even if the game was to die, I still think we would still hang out and do something. I don't know what we'd do, but yeah, this is a
I'll
good,
be honest,
good fun time of my week.
Like, even if the game died, there's so many good Star Wars games coming. I think we'd end up just covering them.
Yeah.
Like the pod racing one. Holy shit.
Yeah.
The second that pod racing one came, I was like, that's next year. I fucking want it.
Yeah.
Now. I don't care. Give. I'd be playing the living shit out of that. And I can see that I'd be playing the living shit out of it. So, yeah.
But yeah, so, and yeah, I mean, like, obviously, sort of only middle of December at the moment, but yeah, it'll be the last episode for this year, or the structured episode, I guess. We'll probably do something, but we might not make it up onto Spotify or whatever, but yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So expect potential ad hocs, guys.
Yeah.
Keep your eye on Discord for those, because it will ping out to multiple servers that we're on. It just won't be a Hangout episode. It will, a Hangout episode. It won't make it onto YouTube. I can guarantee you that, because it's likelihood that it's just going to be a fun bullshitty episode. It may not make it up on Spotify. I do apologize for our viewers on Spotify that there won't be anything till the end of the year. But the same on YouTube, guys. We're just going to be having fun. And that's the more important part. Let's have some fun to end the year.
Well, it might
That's
make
it,
it up onto
guys.
Spotify,
So-
but it'll be late. It would be well and truly when I get home.
Yeah, it's going to be, we'll do it at some point. Enjoy.
Yeah.
So, guys, other than that, we'll see you, what,
21
in the new year?
days. In the new, yeah, we'll see you next year.
21 days. We'll see you next year
Okay.
on the podcast.
Yeah.
Everybody else, me and Berm are going to be back pretty much every day.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Where are we raiding, Mike? Where are we raiding?
I had the Mighty Frost lined up.
Do it. Do
And
it.
then I
Hit that
started
button. Hit that raid
I
button.
started to copy and paste, and Bone started talking, and he fucked it all up. And all right,
Fuck you, Bones. Distracting the editor, Aussie
the
Mike.
guy wants to go to sleep.
Fuck you.
All right, see you guys later.
Have a wonderful time, guys. See you soon.
All right. Raid has gone.